Hey Narwhals, I'm your host Luke Narwhal, and today we'll be reading 3 weight loss stories from r/lose-it. Give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more weight loss stories. PSA: The science of why losing weight too quickly is unhealthy. I have lurked in the sub off and on for years for low-calorie recipe ideas, and also as a nutrition and dietetics major, it's helpful to have an idea of current diet trends. As wonderful as this sub is, I have seen a worrying number of posts of people losing far too much weight far too quickly. Thankfully, there have been a number of posts recently reminding people that 1200 calories is not enough for a large portion of people, and that weight loss greater than 2 pounds per week is not something that should be striven for. But I thought that it would be helpful to explain the reasoning behind that. This is an extremely simplified explanation, but bear with me. As we all know, weight loss happens when you eat fewer calories than you expend, and your body breaks down your fat deposits to use for fuel. This seems pretty straightforward, but this is actually an extremely complicated process. The first thing that happens when you eat at a deficit is your body will burn your glycogen stores, which is basically sugar that has been stored in your liver and muscles. Once these are depleted, your body will start utilizing fat stores, but there is a limit to how much can be broken down at a time. Think of it like a factory that has a maximum output. As long as the demand for energy never exceeds how much this factory can produce, and as long as the parts for this factory, amino acids, are replenished, this factory will happily take stored fats and process them into neat little energy packages to be delivered to your cells. If you eat too few calories, there is a twofold issue. The first being that the demand for energy exceeds what the factory can produce, so your body turns to a second factory which breaks down protein stores for energy instead of fat. The second issue is that the various pathways that convert nutrients into energy, whether from the food you eat or from breakdown of fat and muscle, require amino acids. If there is an inadequate intake of these amino acids from food, your body will break down your muscles to get them, and your body is indiscriminate about which tissues get broken down. Any muscle is on the menu, including your heart. If you are eating so few calories that neither factory can keep up with demand, you can experience what is colloquially known as starvation mode. I know that a lot of fitness and weight loss subs on Reddit like to say that this is a myth. And it's true that you won't start gaining weight from not eating enough, but there is a grain of truth to this. Your metabolism, or the amount of calories that your body burns, is not static. It can change based on a large number of factors. This is known as adaptive thermogenesis. Losing muscle mass will result in you burning fewer calories since muscle is metabolically active. Basically, it burns calories just from existing. Your body is also going to do everything it can to ensure that your brain is getting enough fuel, including suppressing non-essential functions, such as hair and nail growth, immune responses, cell turnover, menstruation, thermoregulation, etc. This is probably where the myth that not eating enough can cause you to gain weight, because if you go back to eating a normal amount, you can end up gaining weight because your metabolism is lower than before, mainly due to the muscle loss. This is why it is so important to eat enough. It is entirely possible to permanently damage your heart or even pass away due to cardiac arrest from tissue loss and electrolyte imbalance. If during your weight loss journey you start to experience any of these symptoms, you are not eating enough. Hair loss, weak brittle nails, feeling weak or dizzy, heart palpitations, getting chills or feeling cold all the time, feeling fatigued, or extreme food cravings. I know that slow weight loss can be very frustrating, and the idea of losing a lot of weight quickly seems preferable, but please, please, please take care of yourself. Your long-term health and well-being is more important than getting to your goal weight at an earlier date. Along with this, as I've noticed a lot of young people asking for advice in this sub, if you are a teenager, under no circumstances should you be eating 1200 calories, period. Your body is still growing, including your brain and organs. Extreme calorie deficits at this age can lead to permanent issues in your development. Okay, this post has gotten crazy long, so I'll wrap this up. Be safe. I just went 24 hours without a soda, the first in forever. Wanted to share my results with y'all. If you read my last profile post, I didn't plan on changing my diet for 2 weeks, just doing a slow change. However, I dared myself to go 24 hours without a soda, and I'm starting my first phase of dieting immediately. As with most mornings, I start off with about 2 or 3 glasses of Coke. I drink probably a 2-liter a day or so. Yesterday morning, I decided to go a full 24 hours without soda, and I didn't notice anything immediately. Throughout the day, I felt exactly the same, no changes. That was until bedtime. I was able to fall asleep a lot quicker. I didn't wake up in the middle of the night to go pee, and I woke up feeling a lot more refreshed. This morning, I had my usual for breakfast. I usually go to McDonald's or Burger King and order a lot of food, freeze it, and unthaw it for breakfast. And this morning was my usual unhealthy breakfast. I had a freshly thawed out Big Mac, but this time I had water with it. I can't remember the last time I drank water by itself. It felt a lot more refreshing. After breakfast, I noticed another immediate difference. My urine wasn't so dark, it was a lot more clear. I also just felt slightly energetic, maybe less bloated too, although that could just be my mind tricking itself. But if I'm more energetic, who cares if it's a placebo? Well, my 24-hour challenge is up. I poured myself a glass of Coke. I couldn't help but feel disgusted. What the heck happened? Did it expire? I opened another 2-liter and it was just as gross. So I thought to myself, I'm not waiting 2 weeks to start my new diet. I'm starting my plan right now. Originally I was going to drink all the Coke, work my way to water, eat all the frozen food I have, and eventually have to buy healthy foods. It would have taken 2 weeks roughly, and during that time I was going to teach myself and force myself to log everything. But I started logging my stuff just a few days ago. It's very easy, and I decided to push ahead for healthy foods. I poured out all my Cokes down the sink. I had about 12 2-liters remaining, and they're all gone. As for food, I have a good bit of frozen food in my freezer. I'm spending the day researching recipes and I'm going to go to the store, buy the ingredients, and give cooking a try. If I can do this successfully, I will go shopping in the next few days and throw out all my frozen fast food. I just wanted to say thank you so much to everyone that saw and commented on my post a few days ago, and to those I reached out to and that reached out to me. This is not going to be easy, and I don't expect it to be. But where's the fun in not being challenged? Thank you guys so much. I'm no longer morbidly obese. Today I stepped on the scale at 262.4 pounds, which for my height means that my BMI is under 40 for the first time in over a decade. At the beginning of the pandemic, I weighed in at 318 pounds, and back in February, I remember tipping the scales at 333. For the past 10 years, I had been maintaining a weight in the 310 to 340 range, and the pandemic was the kick in the butt that I finally needed. Hearing about how obese people have worse outcomes, combined with the fact that everything locked down, really motivated me to use the forced change in my lifestyle with the lockdown to my advantage. My main hobby before this was playing poker in public card rooms, and they closed all my card rooms. So now I had to find a new hobby, which I decided was going to be focusing on my health. Here are some things that have helped me. 1. An incredibly supportive wife. She has been on her own weight loss journey starting a year before I did and already lost 60 pounds when I started, and is now in the home stretch of her journey. She waited until I was ready and has been incredibly supportive the whole time. If you don't have a significant other, find a friend or a close family member or the subreddit to motivate and support you. I could not do this alone. 2. Greek yogurt bars, and air pop popcorn are my jam. Greek yogurt is my typical breakfast, and those 120 calories fill me up until my lunch, and the 100-calorie Greek yogurt ice cream bars are tasty and filling. High protein is definitely the way to go. My indulgence is air pop popcorn. I invested in a countertop air popper back in May, but if you don't have one, you can use your microwave as an air popper, cover a glass bowl with a plate for about 4 minutes, and you'll have nice air pop popcorn. I know it's not the most nutritious thing in the world, but it allows me to have handfuls of food to snack on for only 110 calories. My wife jokes that I'm keeping big popcorn in business. 3. Exercising 5 days a week and slowly making those workouts longer and more intense. I started with just 2-mile walks when I was at my heaviest at the start of the pandemic, going all the way up to my new record of 8.64 miles and running about 25% of the time during those walks. My normal days are now doing 4 miles and running about 40% of the time. The progress that I've been able to make here has been tremendous, and just unbelievable to think that over 300 pounds I was able to run for short distances, and now that I'm well under, I can do so much more. 4. Calories in, calories out using MyFitnessPal, and a Fitbit to track heart rate and total daily energy expenditure. My resting heart rate has gone from 65 to 53, and my exercise routine is a big part of that reason. MyFitnessPal started me at 1950 calories a day, and now I'm down to about 1720. As those numbers have declined, I've been cutting down portion sizes during meals, and usually hit between 1500 to 2200 cal a day, usually the 2200 on the weekends, and not every weekend. With my activity level level and current weight and age, my TDEE averages around 3800 cal, giving me a good deficit. There's no magic bullet. Do what works for you. Whether you're following a specific diet or just want to do CICO, measuring all your food is a must. Of note, I can now comfortably wear a 2XL for the first time in over a decade. None of the pants I wore to work when I was still going to the office fit me. I am long overdue for a wardrobe update anyway, and plan to go shopping in August before we go back to the office in September. I still have a long way to go, and I'm super motivated by the progress that others have made. I hope I can provide the same to others on the sub. I'll report back again once I leave the obese category, which is about another 35 pounds, only 63 pounds away from my goal. And that brings us to the featured narwhals of the day from our subreddit. Our subreddit is a place to share pictures, ask questions, and get support on your weight loss journey. To join, just open the description below and click the top link. Click Use App, install the Reddit app, create an account, and then click Join once you're at our subreddit. We'd love to have you join us on the subreddit. Once again, the link is below. Chan 2000 says, female, 19, 5'4". Been feeling discouraged recently because I haven't seen much change recently, but as of today, I've lost 46.3 pounds and I should be proud of myself. Decided to try on one of my favorite dresses and it actually looks a little better. Username 2814 says, face gains? People have always told me I had a skinny face for my original fat body, so I never thought I'd get face gains at this level. The Muse of Comedy says, female, 29, 5 feet, starting weight 240 pounds, current weight 154 pounds. The scale didn't move this week, but I am so glad it's not affected my mood like it used to, because I'm confident that I will get to my goal of being a healthy weight, even if it's slower than I want. Thanks for sharing featured narwhals. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more weight loss stories that help you stay on track. Thanks for watching narwhals, and I'll see you in the next one.